My name is Rick Ruff. I'm with Light Squared. I'm the RAN director for the West region. So we're responsible for the build out of the Light Squared network and then operations once it's up and running. So Light Squared, as many of you may know, is a wholesale operator. So when the question came up about can we be successful as a dumb pipe, my first impression was I hope so, because that's the model we're following. So I'll turn it over to you, George.
Good afternoon. George Haresta. I'm the manager of wireless sales for H&M Networks. We are a nationwide turnkey provider of both design and installation for both in and outdoor DAS systems.
All right. So I think we're going to answer our question because we essentially have two companies that provide what could be considered dumb networks. Essentially, go out and provide a pipe. So let's hit this right in the gut. Why can you be successful as a dumb pipe?
Well, my first answer was a little bit facetious. We are a dumb pipe, and that's how we're going to operate. But I think that doesn't preclude us from collaborating with media and content providers, over-the-top providers, application developers, et cetera.
Do people now currently subscribe to AT&T because of the great voice services, or because, listen, it connects all these 100 different apps I'm doing on my phone? A lot of what I'm paying them for is just being a pipe for those apps and services, right? I mean, there is a portion they pay for some services they do where they do add value, Family Finder, the voice service and such. But really, I am already largely paying them for their capacity as a pipe. And my preference is they do it as well as possible, and I'll pay them well for that, right? I mean, there's certainly different qualities of service. Somebody could be a bad dumb pipe, and you would pay less for that, I imagine, right?
Yeah, I mean, client retention is going to be a major component of this. Like you were saying, why do you subscribe with one carrier versus another? I mean, quality of service and the ability to actually make and receive a phone call and high-speed data is definitely going to be a major influence in your decision to use a carrier. So even if it's not just an application issue, as I said, quality of service and the overall perception of the client experience of your network, whether it's directly on yours or offloaded, is going to be a major issue. So
Rick, Light Squared is planning to launch an LTE network nationwide in the U.S. And to wholesale that through a variety of other partners, right? So first of all, you got some neat names in your partner list. Can you rattle them off?
I mentioned Soundtrack a little while ago. Another recent one that came up was Smarter Car, which is more of an example of machine-to-machine. So across our network, these embedded devices in these from Smarter Car will transmit diagnostic information, performance information back to dealerships, probably location information, maybe getting into infotainment, stuff like that.
You got Best Buy?
Best Buy is our big retail partner. Yeah. We have agreement with Cricket Leap.
Cricket Leap. So in this case, like a Best Buy could launch, is planning to use your network to launch a cellular service, a Best Buy cellular. And I'm not sure whether it's data or voice and data, or phones or modems or both. Do you know offhand, or is that still kind of in the wraps?
At this point, it's data.
Okay, so they would, and then maybe they can enable laptops that they sell with a Best Buy data subscription nationwide. And Light Squared would Light Squared then be invisible to the subscriber of the Best Buy data
That's
package?
the intent. If all goes well, no one will even know who we are.
Can you make money on them? And we didn't get specifics in our previous panel. It looked like everybody's happy with the outcome, but let's talk more specifically. How do you generate money? You've got two different business models represented here. So let's let George take a first crack at the bat, and how does it work for you guys?
I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate, and I'm gonna say at this point in the game, no. Now, carriers at this point are not going to generate revenue other than subscriber revenue in any time in the near future.
That was succinct.
Opens up a can of worms, though. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Well, in Light Squared model, we charge by the gigabit. So the more use, no matter what it's being used for, whether it's video, music, whatever.
Yep.
That works okay for our model, but it still would be nice to generate revenue from the OTTs, the media, and the content providers as well.
Right.
Ultimately, you're looking for that kind of dual-sided model where you're getting revenue from your traditional subscribers, but you're also revenue sharing, whether it's licensing fees or what have you from the content providers, and maybe even a tri-sided model where you have access to all the subscriber information.